Yellow family. Ooh, it's Dinkelberg here. Just coming to you guys with a quick, brief update. I know it's been a little bit, although we're back, and that's something to celebrate. Um, I would do a dab bowl, but I'm already pretty zooted. I'm gonna be pretty honest with you. Woohoo. Um, this video is basically just what I liked about the Game Awards update and my favorite things about the Game Awards. Um, which would be, I'll just start off dead ass. Blade, 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 Blade. Um, I'm gonna be really frank with you. I was expecting Wolverine announcement or just gameplay, some shit, because they did announce Wolverine, I believe, before Blade. The fact that we get the Blade just teaser, announcement trailer, whatever the fuck it was, you feel me? Man, sitting in a chair, getting, trimmed up and shit, bro. Hey, turn that up while the alarms are blaring it. I don't know. It was amazing. I loved it. Um, uh, if it is who I think it is, uh, handling that game is gonna be a 10 out of 10. Just for me personally, to have Blade get his own standalone game, dead ass, uh, in and of itself is just god tier. I remember back in the day on the PS2 era, uh, you could play as Blade in instances, Ultimate Alliance, on the PS2, I believe, I believe you just had him unlocked through all console editions. Um, and I think he did have a cameo in the Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance game, if I'm not mistaken. I know Scarecrow had a cameo, and not Ghost Rider, Blade had a cameo. Yeah. Uh, I will also say Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, the new Budokai Tenkaichi game. Fucking amazing. Um, I'm excited. Dude, it's Dragon Ball. It's Tenkaichi. I appreciate, I respect, and I love Fighter Z for what it is. Dragon Ball Tenkaichi, dude, or Dragon Ball Tenkaichi 4 or 5, whatever the fuck. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, that shit's gonna go crazy. I don't know what the competitive scene is gonna be for it. I know for the like enjoyment scene, the fun aspect for everything, it's going to go pretty fucking hard. People are gonna love that game. We've been waiting for that for years, dead ass years. Um, a hidden, like special, special mention, I'll say, is Tales of Kinzara Zhao. Um, I'm pretty interested in that. A tale of the son going through the past, or more so the trials of the father, maybe, like bearing the sins of the father. I'm interested in that. It's also an African, tale. We here, we here, we here. Um, Definitely. I said as the trailer was playing, I'm gonna pre-order that bitch. Gotta get a Switch, but I'm gonna pre-order that thing. Yeah. Skull and Bones, Skull and Bones, whatever the fuck Skull and Bones is, and whatever the fuck it wants to come out, dude. I don't know. I There's a release date. I could care fucking less. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. It had its chance way too many times. It had its chance. Um, the big one, I guess semi for me. The big one. There was no Kingdom Hearts 4, which sucked ass. I did miss a little bit of the Game Awards, so there might be a Kingdom Hearts 4, drop mention, but I'm pretty sure there wasn't. Monster Hunter Wilds. A herd of I don't even know what the fucking species of animal they were, or monster, indigenous, whatever the fuck they're called. I can give two fucks. Um, but just to be in a herd of those, while a bigger, wyvern, whatever the fuck, pickle monster, whatever the fuck, comes at you, barreling through the sand. I don't know if it's like Diablos or whatever. I'll play the trailer again. I don't give a fuck. Um, that shit. It's like, if anything, that's what I was missing out of Monster Hunter World for the Xbox, and when they made it to console and all that cool shit. That's what I was missing out of Hunter World or Generations, whatever the fuck it's called. Them giving me this shit, giving us the fans this type of shit, bro. It's like, where are we going further? In the story. Oh no, 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 it was a sandstorm. It was a sandstorm. You're just running through like a herd of mini smaller creatures and shit, and there's a sandstorm that just appears, and then there's bigger like fucking like bear monsters and shit, dude. I I don't know. It's not much, right? The premise was given in the first, yeah, like 30, 45 seconds of the trailer. Literally, all of that. You know what you're getting yourself set up for. Weather patterns, crazy shit happening with indigenous life forms or wild life forms, roaming through the area randomly. You feel me? Herds bustling through. You might see a fucking stampede come through. Why is a stampede coming? Shit like that is most definitely gonna be happening in Monster Hunter Wilds, and I am all here for it. I got hooked for World. Yes, that's what it's called. World, that came out on Xbox, and shit in PlayStation 4 and all that. All that shit. The one that came out on major consoles instead of the Switch. I got hooked on that shit with the homies and shit. Played with my boys, bro. It was so much fun. So much fun. Played Monster Hunter Rise and shit. Dude, amazing ass game. Uh, I am all here for Wilds. I loved the rampage mechanic that they had in Rise. Super cool. Of course, they have, your advanced level monsters when you climb, the master ranks and all that cool shit. Woo, da da da. I believe the rampage mechanic was cool, and I believe that you put this on the power. I already saw. I could kind of sort of see where they were going. You can kind of see where they were going with like the next installment. Where if we put this on the PS5, bro, put this on the Xbox Series X, dog, we're able to, flex that power, build an actual living habitat where monsters can roam, and it'll feel natural and shit. I feel like they kind of did that in World. It kind of tried to do that with Rise, more so not deadass. They're going for that here in Wilds. That is it. And what more could you ask for? That's great. That's great. Got the Appa here because we're going into the jungle, we're going into the wilds. We gotta have our flying bison to manage the damage that's gonna be going and flying through us. Oh, also honorable mention, Jurassic Park Survival. Don't know what the fuck's gonna be happening there. That's gonna be crazy. I'm all here for it. I love dinosaurs. Horror like esque dinosaur survival game. I'm you got me. I'm gonna be scared shitless. I Resident Evil has me scared shitless. Didn't even finish. What is that? Resident Evil 4. For the Switch, I believe. HD remaster. What the fuck? Not the remake. The remaster. If it's considered a remaster. Um, uh, Hellblade 2, Sinu's Saga. Didn't play the first one. Um, the second one looks just as good as the first one. TBH. Looks fucking insane. I'm gonna be honest with you. The DLC for Final Fantasy 16 looks pretty impressive. Um, I don't know how it plays because I don't have a PS5 and it didn't come out. Final Fantasy 16 didn't come out for all consoles. PS5 exclusive. I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm trying to figure out if there was anything else that popped off. Oh, I would be. Black Myth Wukong. Keep your eye out for that shit. I believe it said 2024 or 2025. I don't care. We're there for that shit, dude. We're there for that shit. I love old style, kung fu, that fulfills that for me. Sifu fulfills that shit for me. There's a list. Black Myth Wukong is gonna be fucking insane. The myth of Wukong being told truthfully, going through the trials and shit, all that, getting his 100 forms is going to be, if they do that, ridiculous. And I'm geeking out. Craziness, super craziness. That's gonna be beautiful. Yeah, Black Myth Wukong and Prince of Persia. Prince of Persia. Yeah. Prince of Persia. The Ubisoft remake of Prince of Persia. Them redoing Prince of Persia. I'm excited. They gave us I don't know if you guys remember. Y'all probably do. I know y'all do. Y'all remember the OG Prince of Persia when we started getting the intense ass cutscenes with all the action, all the da 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 da. They're going back to that, harkening back to that, and I love it. They're definitely switching up the way the sands of time work, more so like a multi-dimensional construct, so that way they get more games out of it. Ooh, da, da, da. I don't care. It looks, however the story shakes out, I believe they are going to do it a little bit of justice. The Assassin's Creed stories have been working out pseudo well with the trilogy from Origins with Bayek to the end with Valhalla, to Mirage and shit, pseudo tying into Valhalla. I think that even with what is that, Immortals, that offshoot game of Greek mythology, that story's pretty good. I feel like them. I'm just happy that Prince of Persia is actually coming. Prince of Persia coming is great. Prince of Persia actually coming is great. I was scared they were gonna scrap it. They're not. That's great. 100%. That's great. It's funny because I know I said, "Oh yeah, this is in a video." Da da da. Ooh. Hideo Kojima bringing out Jordan Peele for their next horror game, whatever the. Yeah, yeah. This will be the end of the video because that shit had me. I screamed. I walked out of the fucking bro. I walked out of my apartment. Bro. I ran to my fucking. I had to run because I ordered food. Ran out of my apartment. Ugh. Mm, mm. And he didn't tell us shit. Hideo Kojima did not say shit about what that game was, and I don't have suspicion that his translator didn't mistranslate. But I mean, no, that man on purposely did not say shit about that game, and I love it. I, I dead ass love it. I loved it. He gave us some, basically said it's gonna be scary. It's gonna be different, like I usually do. It's gonna be cinematic. It's gonna be grand, and it's gonna be thought provoking. Be ready. Just make sure it's on Xbox, bro. I'll be there. Oh, and true honorable mention, which Deadass should have been mentioned first. Two of them. God of War Ragnarok Valhalla getting a Souls like, I mean, not a Souls like, a rogue like free DLC mode. Dope as shit. Yeah. And I'll just skip over that because, God of War, always a fucking plus. Always. Always a fucking plus. And then Sega remaking Crazy Taxi, Jet Set Radio, all these other fucking. It is a beautiful time to be alive. It's a beautiful time to be a gamer. Let's have some fun, guys. Peace and love. I'm gonna go get me some sleep. Good night. Or good morning.